I am filming this video before work because it's literally the only time that the sun is out right now. Hi, I'm Kat. Today I'm talking about Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I was sent this copy by Simon Schuster Australia, and I am a part of the Australian blog tour, so make sure you check out all the other girls on the tour. So I'm going to be doing a review, and to shake this video up a little bit, I am going to share some wedding stories of my own because I've been to my fair share. So first off, a short synopsis. Charlie is the youngest of 5 children, and it's the weekend of her sister's wedding. As usual for a Morgan Matson book, it's freaking adorable. So of course everything in this wedding that could go wrong does go wrong, and there's family feuds, a dog named Waffles, and 2 love interests in the form of her brother's best friend and the wedding coordinator's nephew. It's a story of the inevitable changes of time passing and growing up, of moving out of home, of deciding what to do with your future, and of realizing that the people that you've held up all your life actually aren't perfect. So short review, I gave it 4 stars. I loved it. It's adorable. Can my life please be a Morgan Matson book? And I got super excited when characters from the unexpected everything showed up for a second. I've been in 3 weddings, almost 4, and I'll be in at least 1 more. Well, and hopefully like 1 more after that as well, which hopefully would be mine. I was the flower girl at my parents' wedding when I was 2. My first memory is from that reception where we were taking pictures and I was just done with it all and was hiding in my mum's dress, which was very, very poofy. Now, the long review. There's a bunch of things I related to with Charlie, from like being the youngest with a bunch of older siblings. My next youngest sibling is 14 years older than me, to not answering the landline when it rings, even if it's right next to me. I will hand it to my mom because I stopped answering that years ago. And apparently so did Charlie and her siblings. Charlie is relatable. She's like only okay at makeup, so am I. She's afraid of things changing and going into the unknown, and she looks up to her older family members. She grows and has a lot of realizations throughout this book, which reflects like a person's time of change during their late teens really well. She learns to see her family members for how they really are, and not a perfected version that she's built up in her mind from idolizing them and unconsciously integrating moments from her mother's comic strip about their lives into her real memories. She also has romantic realizations about the guy that she's had a crush on forever, as opposed to this really nice new guy she's just met. She makes the right decision for her in the end, but you know, sometimes I wish that a protagonist would make the wrong decision at the end, and then we could see the fallout from that. Like, I was proud of her for making the right decision, but if she had made the wrong decision, I still would have liked to read that. The second wedding I was in, I was 4 or 5, and I was a flower girl along with my cousin, who was also 4 or 5. And she didn't like that she wasn't the only flower girl. There is a group picture where, you know, we're all in at the bridal party, and she has held her umbrella. Yeah, we had umbrellas instead of, you know, flowers, right in front of my face. Yeah, there's a real importance on family in this book. I wish my family is as close as the Grant family is. There's a scene at the end of the wedding where it's just Charlie and her family dancing and having fun. It reminded me of my brother's engagement party, where at the end of the night there was just a bunch of us dancing to Taylor Swift and having a great time. And it didn't matter what drama was happening outside of that moment because we were having fun and we were together. And that's exactly what is happening with Charlie and her family at that point. The last wedding I went to was a few years ago, and it was the first wedding I went to where I was an adult and my parents weren't invited. So instead of sitting with them, you know where I ended up? The singles group. You never truly understand how awkward it is being single at a wedding until it's slow dance time and you're standing to the side with the other singles awkwardly watching the couples dance. And yes, there was one couple who tried to get me to dance with another single guy, but you know, I didn't want to get hurt, and he was just a lot on the dance floor. One character that did interest me a lot was Brooke, the oldest son's Danny's girlfriend. She's an outsider, and the family didn't even know she existed, and she can feel that they don't really want her there. She ends up hanging out with the dog a lot, which I feel. And even when she's forgotten, she still helps out. I'd like to learn more about Brooke. Charlie sees her as high maintenance and snobbyish for most of the book, and you know, we definitely do see that high maintenance bit during the capture the flag scene. But you know, Brooke just wanted to feel wanted and included. One of my best friends is engaged, and she just had a baby. It's so exciting. And she has been for a while now. Back in high school, another bridesmaid and I promised, or threatened, to make a speech full of One Direction lyrics because this best friend getting married was obsessed with One Direction, and I still plan on holding up that promise. So, you know, subscribe to see when that happens. And to finish up, here's some random things I laughed at. The protagonist's name is Charlie, and one of the main boys' names is Bill. Bill and Charlie Weasley. It looked like Australia had thrown up on it. I always love when authors shout out my country, and this was hilarious. I really hope that kid had Vegemite and Tim Tams and fairy bread at his Australian themed birthday party. The whole conversation about superheroes with names with alliteration. Bucky Barnes, Peter Parker, Wade Wilson, Bruce Banner. The Journey cover band. It reminded me of the OC and Ryan's 18th, you know, where they had the Journey cover band that was really a foreigner cover band. And if you understand what I'm talking about, we can be friends. There's a dog named Waffles. I want a dog named Waffles. So there we go. Thank you, Simon & Schuster, for providing me with this copy and including me as part of the blog tour. Make sure to go check out all the other blog tour stops, and if you have read this book or plan on reading it, comment down below what you think. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos.